Okay, I've got some corn that's been dried hanging, so it's dried on the cob. This is usually pretty easy to do. It just takes a little more space. Just hang it and let it dry in the sun. You got to watch things eating it and stuff like that. Then what you do, if you want to use it, you come along and to get it off the cob, you just take your thumb and roll it off the cob as you go around. Once you get it started, it'll usually pop off pretty easy. Then you can go in and rehydrate it as you're cooking it. In most recipes, you can do the same thing. Just leave it sit, and it'll soak up the water. If you add a little bit of heat as you're cooking it, it'll cook a lot faster. We'll do this after I get these. We'll do this on another video. I'll probably get some jerky and make a stew or soup that they would have made, a few dried vegetables and add in that they would have made back in the day. Because this is what they'd call parched corn back in the day. This is a lot easier to carry. It's a lot lighter. It's not necessarily a lot smaller, but it weighs almost nothing. And then you have to have your water to pop in there, but it comes off really easy. And all you gotta do is roll it off with your thumb. Most people shouldn't have any problem with this whatsoever. And the easiest bit would probably be now, what you have left is the corn cob. And considering how things are going now, if you had some of this and you lived out in the country, you could go out and cut you a slit trench, have you a little bucket of water with the soaking in there, and there's your toilet paper. I used to think that was a running joke from, back in the day. I don't really think it was a joke. I think they actually did use things like that. They used anything they could get. Sears catalogs, whatever. But yeah, we always thought it was, when we were kids, we heard that, and we always thought it was kind of a joke. I think it was, from some of the reading. But this is, all it is when you're taking the corn off, the parched corn, just take it off the cob. If you can get, the biggest trick is getting it going. Is trying to get one or two lines of going up, rows, and then you can just roll the rest of it off pretty easy. Roll it to the side, because it doesn't come off nearly as easy pushing it out of the end. But if you can get a couple of rows going to where you can get it up in there like that, it'll come out there like you're winning a slot machine, the jackpot on a slot. And then just roll it off with your hand. This ought to make an interesting looking soup. I might grind some of it up on a stone to make meal, to make some like Johnny cakes. And as you do this more, you get faster at it. But this is essentially how you peel off parched corn. It's not difficult. It's not really difficult to make. Sweet corn will work. This older corn, the older type of corn works better. It's a little tougher corn, and it doesn't quite have as much sugar and stuff, so it tends to store a little better. And it's a little chewier. That's why most people don't like it, and it's not as sweet. But I tend to favor it a little better. I like it. It's all what you want to do. It's worth a try. That's the corn that I got from the 9 ears that I had dried. You can see it's not a real small bowl. There's quite a little bit of it. And then I've got 9 corn cobs that I'm going to probably put up as a joke later for sale for all natural organic toilet paper. But this is what's known as parched corn. It's dried corn. It was dried on the cob. And if you believe the old tales, a couple handfuls of this and some dried grizzly meat, and you could walk the entire length of the Rocky Mountain Range. Now, in most cases, people being what people are, I figure they were about as full of crap then as they are now. In some cases, people have a propensity for the tall tale. Well, I'm guessing that'd be one. But in a lot of areas, especially at certain times of year, this was a staple. And back in the day, it was a travel food, as it was light. As you can tell, there's still got a little bit of bulk to it. But it would tend, in this shape, it wouldn't start losing its nutrient value as readily as if you tried to carry ground flour. You could grind this on your own or just throw it in a pot and cook it, and it go back to relatively what it is. We'll see on an upcoming video just exactly how that turns out. I don't have access to some dried grizzly meat down here. We haven't seen a grizzly in quite some time. Probably hoping I really don't down in this area. But I'll probably use deer jerky or something along that line, and we'll make a meal basically of this over a fire. A few other things, I'm going to grind some of this up and make some flat cakes. So yeah, this is my loot of the dried corn.